This is exactly right.
When a charming neurosurgeon rode into Frontier Town selling a persona of confidence and care, patients trusted him.
He wore cowboy boots in the operating room and became sought after by patients.
He promised to heal them. Instead, he left a trail of broken bodies.
This is a story of greed, betrayal, and a fight for justice.
Listen to Dr. Death, the Cowboy, wherever you get your podcasts, or binge the entire series right now, only with Audible. Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.
Summer is for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
Their trained techs help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
Best part? You can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
You've never laughed so quickly at you. The smile you just gave me was like, Karen, I know you're losing your mind. Please be here with me now. Guys, hello, welcome to My Favorite Murder.
Hi. That's Karen.
That's Georgia.
Hi.
My dogs just got out. As I was driving over here, I got a call from my God-blessed neighbor, Carolyn, who is the one who people go to because she knows everybody in the neighborhood.
Aww.
And
she baked cookies.
Oops. I think so. She's the best neighbor. And, my dogs already got out once this week. Jesus. And so when I saw her name come up on my phone, I was like, no, God. And it was her.
Frank and George, bad dogs.
Yeah, it's George. So there's the front gate. It's locked, but kind of not really. And I think she's pushing on it. And so I had just left the house to come over here to record.
Tell everyone your address and and where the gate is located.
And everyone can just go check it every once in a while as a favor.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice. It's the worst feeling when A, your dogs are out. B, they don't have name tags on because somehow the name tags have fallen off over the years and I've never replaced them.
Sure.
And C, they've already gotten out once this week and alerted the entire neighborhood was in action and they were out all day because I was at work.
You walked in to the apartment with, like a perfectly drop of tear on your glasses. Like it had been raining. On the inside of your glasses, there was like this perfect tear drop.
It's always raining inside of me.
It was just like this huge.
You should have seen
teardrop.
Like, you know how I can be. When I got out of this car,
a ballet dancer,
the best.
Sometimes she just does ballet for no reason.
So graceful,
Yeah.
So ladylike. I got out of my car and there was a man sitting on his front porch and I walked up and he didn't say anything to me and I didn't say anything to him. And then finally I went, do you have the dogs? And he was like, yeah. And he goes, is everything okay? And I go, I guess not. And then I just started bawling in front of a man I don't know.
Crying in front of strangers is the most like vulnerable you can be and you hope they react well. You're like, oh, honey, it's okay.
He was shocked. I would say he was shocked.
I bet later. Was he like, how dad was he? Like what level of
He
dad?
was dad, but I think he had a little bit of the get your shit together. These dogs were wandering in the street, which that's the burn of it, is that I 100% agree with him. The fact that it's happened several times is like unforgivable. And the idea that I'm just fucking driving around while my dogs are like, just in the street, just Milo and Otising the fuck out of it. I'm very upsetting. So anyway, that's the energy I'm bringing tonight.
I think that's why I smiled at you like that.
Yes.
It was like, wait, how are you going to do this?
Such kindness.
Because it's been 10 minutes since you got here. It's not like we had to sit down and we all talked and had tea. No one had tea or biscuits.
No, I came in hot
with tears tears.
Hot tears.
Hot tears on the inside.
Not
of the
my
glasses.
style. And now George is trying to hold my energy
I've
with
hugged
me.
you twice.
Yes.
And that's like the most I've ever hugged anyone in my life.
It was really nice. I really appreciate it. Genuinely.
You're welcome. No, we have burgers being delivered. We're going to have to break for burgers at some point.
My God. And then I look at my phone. Carolyn, I actually want to leave my phone up just in case.
I'm leaving mine up right now only because of burgers. Otherwise, it stresses me out so much.
Okay.
But I'm going to scream burgers. You're going to hear a pause. You're not going to hear a pause. You're going to hear nothing because this is a fucking professional podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Steven's gonna cut it out.
You know how
Uncle
professional
Joey
it is?
style. How?
Well, now we're on the Professional Podcast Network. Mid-roll. Hey, good segue.
Nice one. Did you type that up this morning?
Type the shit out of that one.
Guys, it's so exciting. We are now on Midroll, the Midroll Podcast Network. Very big deal. Very fancy deal. We are very honored and excited to be moving on up to the east side.
Yeah.
And on Midroll.
But not without our fucking, you know, when you go, "Mwah," and then you point to the sky like, what's up, God? This
Yeah.
one's to you.
You peace out to God.
Not, well.
You peace
Feral.
up to God.
You peace up to God.
You bless it all the way up.
And you say, thank you, Feral Audio.
Thank you, Feral Audio. How long were you guys on there?
God, I've been with them since they started, I think.
Yeah. Feral Audio gave us our huge kickoff. Thank you so much to Jason Smith. Thank you so much to Dustin. You guys were great. And we will miss you dearly.
And we'll support the fuck out shit out of you. Always. There's so many good podcasts on there.
You just change it from fuck to shit.
Fucking shit out of you? No, I said the fucking shit out of you.
Oh, it sounded like.
What did I say?
It sounded like you stopped yourself from saying, we'll support the fuck out of you and said, we'll support the shit out of you.
I think I said we'll support the fuck and shit out of you. Which is,
That's a lot of support, you guys.
listen.
Yeah, we're going to be on every podcast that they do all the time anyway, because that's kind of how podcasts work.
They're only allowed to have us as guests on all of their podcasts.
Yeah, that's
now.
right.
But yeah, man.
So that's that news. No one cares about stuff like that.
We haven't said in a while, but like, we didn't know this would be a thing. Mm-hmm. And we still don't know this is a thing, this podcast.
It's a large adjustment. We're doing our best.
We're doing our best not to think about it
Right.
because we just love it.
And we're just trying to do it.
We're just trying.
We're doing our best.
Listen. Look and listen.
Looking.
I'm just
Listen.
mashing words up this time.
And you got anything?
Elvis is healthy.
Good.
We've missed a couple weeks of this, so let's get one at the top. Elvis. Want a cookie?
Whoa.
That's how healthy he is.
That was like Tom Jones level vocal pronounced. Hi, friend.
And now I have to
Came over
ask
to
the
see
other
me.
question because I can't get up.
Very healthy.
Stephen, will you give Elvis a cookie, please? Want a cookie?
Yeah.
I'm on it, cookie boy.
He's like, hell yeah. So basically he had the flu.
He had the flu. He had the plague that Dottie the kitten brought.
Yeah.
She's adorable. She's here. Mimi's here. Everyone's here.
Oh, good.
Life's
All right.
back to normal.
Nice.
I
a
do
good
have
feeling.
something.
Okay.
So, God, it feels like it's been so long.
Yeah.
Like the last time that we podcast, remember, I was like, he had a brain hemorrhage and no bleeding or something.
Yes.
We were talking about like, is a brain hemorrhage this or is it
We're
brain
talking about aneurysms. We're going into things that we've heard of
aneurysms,
but
and
don't know about.
And we were speculating.
Yeah, that's all we do.
Well, it turns out that our friend Kara Klink,
Yes.
hilarious comedian, her brother is a brain surgeon.
What?
Of some sort.
Why she never told me about that?
Want me to find out? Let's see. She texted me and said, my brother is a neurologist. And he said, I'm listening to My Favorite Murder and they're asking doctors who are listening to weigh in on brain hemorrhage. Get me Georgia's direct number. And I've met him and he's like this sweet, normal kid, like at a comedy party. And you're like all these fucking comedians. And he's just like, I'm a brain doctor.
Oh my God. Hello.
So cute.
Pull him aside.
I know somebody. Okay. So I was like, yes, I need it to know everything. So his name is Colin. Hi, Georgia. This is Colin, Kara's brother. Here's my little blurb on cerebral hemorrhage.
Okay.
As you do. The good news is neither of you was wrong. Generally speaking, hemorrhage just means bleeding, usually profusely, but not always. For example, even a small amount of blood in the brain can be disastrous, and it's still called a hemorrhage. So cerebral hemorrhage is just a general term for bleeding in the brain. Lots of different things can cause cerebral hemorrhage, including trauma or aneurysms, as Karen pointed out.
Oh, yay.
He's being like so diplomatic. Karen was right. And so are you.
He's like a grammar school teacher.
Yeah.
Encouraging us to learn.
To just keep talking out of school.
Just to not give up.
Cerebral hemorrhage can also lead to stroke, as you alluded. He's like, Karen was right, Georgia, and here were you too. Also, a quick clarification about aneurysms, since it came up. An aneurysm is just a bulging of an artery due to weakness in the artery wall. Plenty of people walk around with aneurysms every day. Can you tell that I'm not practiced in speaking smart words?
Aneurysm is a hard word to say.
All of my mouth hurts right now.
And also the concept that you just introduced is very difficult. I don't even want to talk about that. We're all walking. That's like the shingles virus is already inside you. I don't want to know.
The shingles virus is calling from inside that body.
The shingles virus is sneaking up on you with a big knife.
But you turn around and you close the medicine cabinet mirror and it's gone.
But then it's on your back. And it's behind shingles.
I don't know. They only become hemorrhages when they rupture and bleed into the surrounding tissue.
Okay.
So I said, this is such great info. Thank you. I'll read it for Corrections Corner next week. My pleasure, blah, blah, blah. Also send my apologies to Stephen. I ran into him outside Kara's apartment when I was in LA last month and accosted him like, excuse me, are you Stephen Ray Morris? Big fan. And I wrote, he loves that shit.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Made my day.
Big fan of Stephen's editing.
So,
nice.
So, yeah, that was because I did the pizza bomber murder. And remember, the woman who they thought killed her ex-boyfriend had sent him, he had an aneurysm. But I was like, you can't get an aneurysm unless someone hits you. I don't know. I made some shit up.
Right. Well, we have these like ideas. It's all from forensic files. It's all just sitting in our brain from like a combination of forensic files and Law and Order, where you're like, oh, I know this. Let me take this.
Because I've taken every single episode of Forensic Files and put them into my brain. So I was like, this one girl who was dying of an aneurysm who then put a bomb of pizza around the neck of a parrot who then testified in court.
So insane.
Yeah.
That was a really good case.
That was a good case. What, do you have anything?
Just this one aneurysm. You know what I want to say this, and this is like, I don't want it to be a big deal, but there was an article written on Bitch Media.
Okay.
And, it was an article about this podcast being racist. And there's been people who contacted us on social media, I think feeling nervous about that or defensive. And here's what I'd like to say.
About other people calling us.
About that article and about that idea.
Okay.
And that
defending
thing that's
us.
kicked up. Or feeling like, I don't like this, or I want you guys to know that we like you or whatever.
Yeah.
And here's what I'd like to say. We now live in a political climate where neo-Nazis feel totally fine wielding their ignorance and violence in the fucking street.
You used to be ashamed of that, right?
We live in a political climate where mosques are being blown up, where black people are getting shot in the street, where people are being deported away from their families. This is serious. People of color are scared and they're upset and they have a right to be. And if anyone who is a person of color hears something they don't like, we want to hear about it and we are listening. We won't argue with you on social media. We won't engage it, but we will do the thing that I think is the most important thing for white people to do right now, which is to take their ego out of it and to take their reactivity out of it. And it's hard to be told you're racist. It's hard to be told that when you think you're so woke or you think you're being an ally, for someone to stand up and go, it doesn't work. We don't like this. So I just want to say we are listening to you and we hear you and we are your allies. Mm-hmm. Just so they know.
Yeah.
Cause I don't want this thing to start up of like anyone needs to fight, or that I want to support anyone who's trying to use their voice to fight for equality. Right. It's important, especially now.
I agree. Or someone saying like, but they've said these things and they've covered these cases, so they're not. Like those, you know, it's not like you do A, B, and C and then you're not racist anymore, or you're not doing or saying racist things, or not even racist. It's not even racist. It's things that are incorrect, like historically. Like, oh, you're not supposed to say, you know, we're learning I'm constantly trying to learn what I'm doing that even though I think I'm this fucking woke person too, I don't know what I'm doing right.
Well, and we do things that we don't realize because this podcast is popular. We do not want to propagate the negative media stereotype of people of color. We do not want to do that. If we do it, we want to stop doing it.
Any minority.
Yes.
Anyone. I know how fucking hugely privileged I am.
Yes.
And actually this thing happened recently to me that kind of hit me over the head even more so, because I've always been like, well, I'm Jewish, so I kind of understand like some kind of minority bullshit thing, right? But it's like, recently I went to this doctor. He's Jewish with like a very Jewish last name. And he looked at my chart and he was like, you know, finding out my history. And I was like, well, I'm Jewish, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, he saw my last name and he was like, wow, you're really lucky that you don't have a Jewish sounding last name, because you didn't get, you know, the anti-Semitism that people who have Jewish last names get. And I was like, oh God, this whole time I've been like, well, I'm Jewish, and it's the name Hardstark doesn't look Jewish.
Right.
And so I missed this whole level of anti-Semitism.
Racism.
And just because of that, which is like, oh, you just don't know until you are told or you see it, what you're not experiencing.
And it's hard to understand what you're blind to. It's hard to know what you don't know. And so the key is listening. The key is paying attention.
And then you hear this thing too of like, it's not other people's jobs to teach us, to teach you and I.
Right.
We can't be like, well, tell us what we're doing wrong. That's not their job. And I know it's really frustrating for a lot of people of color to have to, or to, you know, the LGBTQ community to have to teach us. It's our job to learn, not for them to tell us.
So we just want those people who might, if you're still listening and you've ever felt othered or, in any kind of a reactive position like that, because of anything we've said on this podcast, that is the absolute last thing we want to be happening. The best thing about this podcast is the community that has grown up around true crime and around it. It is the most lovely thing to see in the world. And we want people to be a part of that. We don't want anyone to feel like they're not welcome, or they're not adored, that they're not being listened to.
And I think a lot of people who've been listening to the beginning know that, because we'll always read emails and letters from people who are like, here's what you did. Like, even using the term sex workers. If you listen from the beginning, we didn't say that. We said prostitutes.
Right.
Because we didn't know.
We didn't know.
As soon as we find out, we correct ourselves and we say we did something wrong. Here's an email from someone who is teaching us, is telling us the correct way to do it, because they understand that we want to learn.
Right.
You know?
And it's just a process, and it's a flawed process.
Yeah.
But I think it's important at this moment in time that we identify ourselves as allies, flawed allies that are doing their best.
Yep.
Because that's the key, I think. So, I think we've been avoiding it for a long time, because it feels like the more you even slightly interact, you're adding fuel to a fire that you just don't want to be happening.
Knowledge,
But the truth of it is, like, everybody feeling really scared in the last couple of days because of this fucking nuclear war thing. Well, the thing that made me realize is people of color feel like this every single day.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Every single fucking day.
I'm so glad you brought this up, Karen.
I mean, it's just, we live in a really fucking scary time, but I don't know. Let's all stick together, I guess.
The people who support each other, we don't have to feel like there's such a huge force of people who are on a certain side and we can't identify with each other. And you and I have this really fucking amazing opportunity out of nowhere. Like we said, we didn't know this was going to be a thing. Well, fuck yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Of course.
I'm really glad you did. You did it very eloquently.
I've been thinking a lot about it a lot.
Don't think a lot.
Is there anything else?
God, I feel like it's been, like it's been a while.
Tour dates?
Oh, tour dates. God damn it.
Really?
I really quickly wanted to go over just the dates that have been added and the ones, for people to go look at. All right. I'm going to spew some dates at you guys really quickly though. If you just want to go to myfavoritemurder.com/live, there's a list of shows and links to the actual tickets. So you're not going to get scalped or anything like that. But so a couple of them have been added and to check out, really soon, September 6th, which is in less than a frickin' month. We're going to be in Auckland, New Zealand at the Bruce Mason Center.
So crazy.
So please go get those tickets.
Yeah, Auckland. Hey, what's up? Meet us at Bruce Mason.
Please.
You know, you go down to Bruce Mason to go watch all your violin playing and stuff.
Is that what they do there?
That's what I picture. I don't know.
Bring me Auckland, New Zealand snacks, please. Cause all I want to do in, Australia and New Zealand is eat like hand pies and stuff.
And Tim Tams?
And Tim Tams. I'm so excited about the food.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
We added a fucking third show, Melbourne, Australia.
Third?
Badass motherfucker. September 10th, which is again, very soon. We've added a third show at the Comedy Theater because you guys are awesome. And we've added, I'm sorry. Who's playing the Sydney Opera House, Karen, on September 12th? Do you know who's going to be playing?
I believe it's you and
I believe you are. This is insane, right?
My dad actually tried to figure out a way to go with us. He is so excited that we're playing the Sydney Opera House.
Dad.
I don't know why it means so much to him, but it really means a lot. I think it's because he's gone to Sydney. Because he used to be a purser on Princess Cruises.
What's a purser?
The guy that carries your bags.
Oh,
that's
that makes sense.
Like, that's how my parents met. And so you don't know that story?
Fucking kidding me?
My mom was a nurse and my dad was a purser on like the Matson lines.
They were
actually.
plurs.
And my mom was already engaged. And when they met, my dad talked about this at her funeral service, which was so sweet. He said the second he saw her, he goes, she was wearing a green sweater and I knew I'm in trouble. I know. Isn't that the best? So anyway.
How did I not know this?
I know. It's the best. So there's a lot of like emotional attachment to Australia and to Sydney. Did I really just make you cry?
No. I think I'm getting my period and my meds have been real screwy lately, but that's still the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's kind of the best. So
and also
he was going to try to go
married.
with us, but he can't go.
Like my parents met wherever, who gives a shit? They got divorced, but like your parents met and he really did follow through.
They were, yeah, it's true. They were married for almost 50 years.
That's amazing.
Like 45 years.
You and her.
I know. It was good times. I mean, it was a life well lived.
Okay. Yes.
She got the man of her dreams and she had a happy marriage and 2 kids. One who had a pretty good podcast.
Wait, your sister has a podcast?
Children's lives.
Your sister has a podcast? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Nice move,
Sarah,
Georgia.
Right? Laura. God damn it.
Did you call her Karen?
I called her Sarah. And you know why? Because the only reason I can remember her name is because you worked with Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman's sister's name is Laura. So I always think Karen and Sarah. I know Karen and Laura.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Is that weird? I can't remember names. Shit. Can we?
No.
Don't edit that out.
She'll think it's funny.
I apologize to Laura profusely.
She'll think it's funny as long as you didn't call her Karen, which is what happens to her all the time. And it makes her really mad.
Oh, really?
Because people, like family and friends will welcome, go, are you Karen, the comedian? And she'll go, no, I'm Laura, the one that shapes children's minds.
She's a teacher.
Because she's a genius teacher.
NBD. No big deal.
Okay, those were our tour dates.
No. Wait, there's a few more that are, oh shit. Stephen the third's here. Oh God, I just hung up on him. Shit. Stephen, can you do me a big favor and go down to don't cut this. Stephen.
I'm going to eat all of it though.
At the bottom of the stairs.
With this, can you, is this edited? Okay. But don't stop it. Keep going. Bring the key to the gate because sometimes they will lock you out. There's a key like on the hook. No.
Oh, yeah.
Just bring the
good.
key hook.
It's good. Also, can I just say in this moment of chaos, first of all, chaos is a ladder, as we all learned on Game of Thrones last week. No spoilers.
Wait, do you watch that?
But
I said burgers, and then you can leave burgers in.
Yeah,
Look at Dottie.
Burger time.
Burger time. Okay. So Sydney Opera House, September 12th coming up. And then, oh, Detroit, we added a show to you.
Oh,
Which is so cool because people so we're going to be in Detroit September 29th and September 29th. There's an early show and a late show. And then, San Diego, we added a show because you're fucking awesome too. September 13th, there's a late show. And then Anaheim, we're coming to you on the 14th of October. Second show at the Orpheum in Madison,
Wisconsin. Nice.
You guys sold out Friday the 20th. So we're adding October the 21st, Saturday, the next night.
Okay.
And then Tampa, we have November 3rd for you at the Hard Rock. On the 4th, we have Orlando. And then Fort Lauderdale on the 5th. Come there. Beep, boop, boop, bop, beep, boop, boop, bop. That's pretty. There's other shows too, but those are the ones that are have tickets, a lot of
tickets available, guys.
So everything else, go look at myfavoritemurder.com/live.
And more dates to come. There are people that tweet a lot saying,
so angry.
Naming cities and saying, why do you hate us? You're going to be so pleasantly surprised, is all I'm saying.
These are all 2017 dates that we've announced.
We can't tell you certain things, but we're going to be able to soon. So just have a little faith, have a little hope. I would say the same thing to the girl that tweeted me and said, you guys didn't release a mini this week. And then she mentioned something about unqualified.
Oh. Uh-huh. That we're unqualified to podcast?
Nope. Oh. She mentioned something about Anna Faris. And I just thought it was such an odd coincidence because we're going to be on Unqualified with Anna Faris next week. We did a combo hybrid episode.
King duo. Trio.
A trio, yeah.
Even.
We all compare, well, actually a quadro if you include Sam, who is her producer who's on her podcast.
Another one with Steven.
Oh shit, sorry, Steven was there too. He's a 5-0.
I mean, I was just hanging out.
You're
just kind of touching the leather couches.
That was a nice house.
It was really nice. We had a good time at Anna's house. And we got to give people advice that we are also unqualified to give.
Anna gave her murder, which was awesome.
Yes. It was fun.
So fucking cool.
She's the best. I've honestly always been a fan of hers. I've honestly. The movie Just Friends, if you haven't seen it, with Anna Faris, Ryan Reynolds, I don't know the name of the lead girl. Sorry.
Anna just distracted you so much.
But if you haven't seen that movie, it's the best.
Okay.
Anyway, I've loved her since that movie.
We're going to be on that. That's going to be this coming week. Whatever that is.
Good times.
Where are we?
Great oldies.
Great oldies. Also, besides Laura's birthday, Vince's birthday is coming up this week. We got a big birthday week.
That's right.
Vince's birthday.
Happy birthday.
The date, the name of and date of his and location of his birthday party.
Yes. That's a great idea.
There is a reason I'm saying that, but I'm not going to say it because then everyone will actually know it. But he's having a joint birthday party with some people, and one of the people just puts it up on fucking social media for everyone to know.
I know the person.
Yeah. The famousest of them is like,
cut it.
But last year, Nick Lachey was at his birthday party.
Oh, that's nice.
I know, right? All right. Should we talk about murder?
Oh, yes. My neighbor just texted me and said he's going to fix my fence tomorrow. Hell yes, everybody.
Hopefully he doesn't think fix my fence is a wink, wink, like break Georgia's legs to so she can never get out again. Oh, I'm sorry. That was horrible.
Hi, best friend. Look at Mimi come right over.
Speaking of Mimi being like, please get me the fuck out of here. This kitten is killing me.
You know, it'd be so funny though. Then I put her down in my house and the dogs just come running straight at her.
No, but then hug her?
And hug her close to their chests.
Mimi would beat the shit out of them.
Yes, for sure.
No, she wouldn't.
Frank would have no eyes left.
Well, I've seen the way they throw the doll of me around in the air, which I need to put on fucking Instagram again. Mimi girl. Okay. Steven
who?
Do you have any idea who's first?
I tried really hard this time. It's Karen.
Okay.
Damn it.
Because, well, I mean, again, people are like, do the live shows count? But that was the last episode. Karen went last, so Karen goes first.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the live shows count. We're creating our own reality here.
I think the episodes we post count, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except for they're not real time to us. That's the weird part.
How about after live shows, I'm burping. We got to choose who goes first.
Sure. But only on that day, like only in that scenario.
Which one?
That we in the scenario where we have just posted a live show.
Yeah, if we've just posted a live show because we don't know, so much going on.
Yeah.
But, okay, so then how about we rock, paper, scissors right now?
Basically, that a live show does a reset is what you're saying. Okay. That sounds fine to me.
Okay, we do rock, paper, scissors, hit, right? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, hit. That means you get to decide or you go first?
I just cut. Georgia's paper. I'm scissors. She's paper.
That's true. That was the I'm scissors, I'm paper song, which means Karen goes first.
I'll go first.
Okay. So that was unnecessary.
There is a level of hysteria to this episode that I am enjoying quite a bit.
Because your dogs didn't get hit by cars.
Because my dogs aren't dead. My neighbor's going to fix my fence. Uh-huh. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about the sunburn that I have. If I had a smaller
That's
upper
such a
body.
random thing. Like, oh, and I also didn't tell you.
It is.
What happened?
Can you see?
You're just not pale. Oh, no, that's red.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to peel.
My whole back.
What happened?
I just stood outside for 15 minutes like a fool. Like some sort of normal person with normal skin.
I didn't know you were that Irish.
Yeah. Well, I do it where I'll save it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to go outside and stand in the pool. And then I do it for like, I'll start reading my phone or something. And then I'm just standing around with no sunblock on for like an extended period of time at 1:00, which is you can't do it.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. How I burn. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't like all the
life.
Anything. That's why I don't like anything. It's like
you don't like photosynthesis because
we live in a summertime city where everybody here has perfect skin, and you're wearing a terry cloth like summer jumper.
Yep.
Like you're living the life.
Because I am a nondescript Jew who can tan.
I know. And you have a consistency. Right now, I look like Neapolitan ice cream. I am deeply tan. I am frighteningly white.
But here's what I want you to know.
There's a pinkness.
Here's what you guys got to remember about people and how they look. And they have this perfect thing. I am so fucking anxious and have so much anxiety around the bathing suit strap tan lines that I am so insane in the sun that's why I don't have them. I don't look like, this great glowy tan. It's just no big deal. Like, I will not go outside with fucking straps on.
Oh, okay.
So you're all different, Karen.
So you're saying you really put in the mental and the physical work.
Because I think nothing looks trashier than having like, especially I'm going to insult a lot of people.
Yeah, including the one you're looking at right now.
No. No. I don't care about any of that. I'm saying the triangle bikini tan line.
Girl.
That goes up around your neck. Well, you don't wear clothes. I've never seen a fucking
all I
bit
want
of your
to do,
skin aside from your.
All I want to do right now is take my shirt off and show you it's not a farmer's tan anymore. Now I've got the thing that's happening to me right now is like a lobster tan.
But that's not fair because you have a fucking pool in your backyard where you
true.
just be like tits out.
Right?
So what the fuck?
Tits out. Fits out.
Fits out. Everyone who's looking for that backyard where they can break into, there's also a pool back there, and there's a Karen Kilgariff without.
No, I wear a full caftan at all times, except for the 15 minutes I didn't do it today, and I'm now bright pink.
I don't know where this is going.
I don't have time, and yet all I want to do is talk about this. All I want to do is talk about.
What if we did an episode without murder?
We could do it. We must be 30 minutes in already.
Steven, 45.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of Floral Waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there, and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day, and I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Goodbye.
Okay. The world is canceled. We can do this in 50.
Really
how long
fast.
was it? 15 minutes? Okay.
We're going to now put this on this, you know how you can do it 1.5 speed or 2 speed?
Me? Oh, yeah.
Like all podcasts?
Yeah.
We're going to talk like that. So if you put it on times 2, it's going to be like times 10.
Yeah.
This week I'm doing Peter Kürten, the Vampire of Düsseldorf.
Yay.
Have you heard of him? Do you know him?
I love it. I don't. It's one of those things that you bookmark a million times to maybe do, and then you don't do it.
There's another guy that's German that was called like the werewolf of something, that I thought this guy was. And so I thought it was going to be like the 1600s. You know that guy? You are?
What if I was? No, I'm not.
Mind blowing. But then when I looked this up, this guy is so fucked.
Okay.
He's like Albert Fish level fucked.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was exciting. I mostly took this, most of the information is from biography.com, which is such a good, when you get one of those articles, they do it. Here's the thing. When you research these stories.
Yes. You know who's good.
Every victim is like, in one article, she's 10 years old. In another one, she's 13. In another one, she's 9. And it literally, one time she's 17. The times change, the dates change, the ages change. You get on biography.com and you're like, this is golden.
There's a few. Biography.com, Vanity Fair, Washington Post,
yes.
New York Times.
Lock and load.
Lockandload.com.
Lockandload.com.
Gunsandammo.com. And you have all the details.
You're good to go.
Yeah. Martha Stewart living.
She knows all the good killer info.
Yes, she does.
Okay. Peter Kürten. Born in 1883. We're going all the way back.
You were like, I'm not doing that.
I know.
Immediately. Nope.
Right as I started doing that voice, my sunburn flared. And I was like, no voices.
What if your sunburn is like your psyche? That's like, stop it. Karen.
Stop. My sunburn is my dad's voice from my childhood going, hey, show off time's over. All my dad did my whole childhood.
Jesse Pop. Your dad is Jesse
Is
Pop.
he really?
Show off's time's over.
Does he say stuff like that?
It sounds like our friend Jesse Pop who's...
Hey. That and you're not better than me.
You think you're better than me?
You think you're better than me?
You think you're better than me?
Okay. Born in 1883.
Peter was the eldest of 13 children.
Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Both parents, severe alcoholics.
Don't do that either.
Please don't do it. Father, a brutal sadist who would beat his wife, beat the children viciously, molested his daughters, and would sometimes gather the children and make them watch him have sex with their mother. He was eventually arrested for raping his daughter multiple times. So, terrible kickoff for Peter Kürten.
Very bad childhood.
All bad. In 1902, when he was 9 years old, he befriended a dog catcher who lived in the same apartment building as him.
Super chill dude, right? People who catch dogs and kill them.
Right. Actually, this man would keep the dogs and torture them. And he taught Peter all about it.
Is this a weird, like, themed episode for you about dog catchers?
This is called Dog Anxiety by Karen Kilgariff.
This is why I am surrounded by cats right now.
Yes, exactly. So Peter having a terrible parent, and then also his father went off to jail. So he basically bonded with the worst person he could ever be around. So terrible childhood, terrible outside influence. Mm-hmm. When he was 11 years old, he told the police that he was playing on a raft with a schoolmate, and he pushed the boy into the water because he knew the boy couldn't swim.
Oh, great.
And when another schoolmate saw this happen, the second boy jumped into the water to save the first boy, and Peter Kürten leaned down and pushed both their heads underwater and drowned them both. And the police, when the police came upon it, they ruled it an accidental drowning.
My mouth is, I'm not just being quiet because I'm not a quiet person. I'm only quiet when I'm shocked.
It's ajar.
That's fucked up. The door is ajar.
And 11 years old. It's so young. It's like the age of my niece. It's so creepily young.
Wow.
So then when he became an adolescent, his fetish for animal cruelty developed into full-on bestiality. Thanks to the old dog catcher, he began to have sex with barnyard animals. And he then developed or progressed into killing the animals while he was fucking them.
No.
Yes.
No.
We don't have to live there for very long. Let's move on. He, of course, was always running away from home to get away from his father's violence and sadism, but then he always ended up having to come back. When he was 16, on his way out of town one time when he was running away, he met a woman. He lured her into the local park where he raped her and strangled her. Okay. So in 1913, at the age of 20, he's out on his own. He starts robbing, he's doing a lot of petty crimes, I guess. He starts breaking into taverns because there's a business on the downstairs, but then there's living quarters on the upstairs. Right. So on May 25th, 1913, he breaks into an establishment that's owned by the Klein family. So as the parents worked downstairs, Peter Kürten snuck into their living quarters upstairs, found 10-year-old Christine Klein asleep in her bed, raped her, strangled her, slit her throat, then sat there and watched her bleed out. The next morning, he returned to the scene of the crime. He went to the pub across the street and he bought a drink and sat amongst the locals and listened to them as they talked about what happened and speculated about who did it.
Wait, how old was he at this point?
20.
Okay.
And at the time, an uncle in the Klein family and the father who owned the pub had been fighting, and the uncle had threatened his brother and said, like, I'm going to do something that you're going to regret. So for a little while, everybody thought the uncle did it. And he actually eventually was let off, but he was actually a main suspect in this murder.
Yeah.
2 months later, he broke into another tavern, and this time 3 sisters were sleeping in their beds. He went to the girl in the center bed. She was 17-year-old Gertrude Franken, and he strangled her while she slept. He killed her and then snuck back out. Neither of her sisters woke up.
What a specifically evil thing to do.
Horrible.
To be like, I'm letting them wake up to this on purpose.
Yeah. On purpose. No, he is a deranged mind. It's all the worst things combined, because clearly he already was a sociopath, but then he had the worst childhood a human being could possibly have, the worst family a human being could possibly have, the worst outside influence. Like it just came at him from every direction. Yeah. In 1913, he was arrested for arson. So he's all about that MacDonald triad, they call it, of hurting animals, arson. He probably was a bedwetter.
MacDonald triad. I saw that word today too, and I was looking something up.
Yeah, I think that's the person that made it up.
Okay. McDonald's?
The McDonald's triad. 2 cheeseburgers.
Killing animals. Special sauce. Wetting the bed.
Light all that shit on fire.
And then light it all on fire with a side of
wet your
fries.
bed.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. With each successive sentence, Peter Kürten's rage, this is a direct quote from the Biography Channel page. As I'm reading this, I'm like, this is hard to read. Oh, because it's a cut and paste. Peter Kürten's rage against society and his capacity for depravity increased. So when he would go to jail, he'd get sent to solitary confinement.
Oh, which I'm sure is chill as fuck, right?
Well, when he was there, he was able to very deeply fantasize, very vividly, about the brutal sex acts that he enjoyed. And so then he would break prison rules intentionally so that he would get the longest sentence in solitary confinement, because he liked it so much. It's disgusting. Okay. He was called up for military service at the start of World War I, but he deserted and he was jailed. He remained in prison until 1921, which was his longest sentence to date. And when he got out of prison, he married an older woman, a sex worker who he knew, who had served time for killing her fiance. Her name was Augusta. They were a great pair. They found real love. They found love in a homeless
place.
A homeless place.
I think that's right.
He became a molder. I think that, so he maybe shaped crown moldings, places.
Castor plaster.
They lived in relative normalcy for 4 years, and then they moved back to Düsseldorf. And right around that time, rapes began being reported all over the city.
Oh, no.
Okay. So now we're in 1929 now. February 3rd, he meets a woman named Maria Kuhn. He ends up stabbing her 24 times with a pair of scissors. So now he starts carrying a pair of scissors around with him at all times. He is not an organized killer. Like, I think they're saying, like, he's an impulse killer, but he knows who he wants to kill, and he plans that a little bit beforehand, but he doesn't plan anything else.
It's like, there it is, and goes for it. Yeah. But he knows what he's looking for.
But he's got his scissors in his pocket because he's like, wants to be ready.
Sure.
Okay. So February 9th, 1929, 5 days after attacking Maria Kuhn, he strangles 9-year-old Rosa Oliger, stabs her all over her entire body. He leaves, then returns to the body hours later and sets it on fire. Monster. On February 13th, he stabs 45-year-old mechanic Rudolf Scheer 20 times with his scissors. He returns to the scene of the crime again, and this time speaks to detectives about what happened. The German press obviously is covering all of this, right? And at one point, they find out from police that the police are theorizing that this attacker is drinking the blood of his victims. And so that's when the German press dubs him the Vampire of Düsseldorf. Okay. Now, at one point right around this time, a learning disabled man named Stausberg admitted to all of the vampire killings. So he's committed to an asylum, and the police have convinced themselves that the case is solved. 6 months after that, on August 11th, he asks a woman named Maria Hahn to a date at a pub. He gets her alone, rapes her, strangles her, stabs her to death, buries her body in a cornfield. He visits the body.
Which is new for him, right? Burying a body?
Yes.
Because he's almost like, I got away with this, so I'm going to be different about it.
Yes. It's escalating, and he's like getting creative.
Because someone got caught for his shit.
Maybe.
It's almost smart that he, you know what I mean? Like it almost shows that how smart he was.
Right.
Where it's like, you didn't keep doing the same thing. You were like,
he changed it up, and he does it again, the same thing again later. He buries the body in the cornfield, goes and visits it a bunch of times, and eventually sends an anonymous letter to the police, revealing her burial spot. So 3 days later, after he murders Maria Hahn on October 24th, 1929, he's in a suburb of Germany. 2 foster sisters are attending a fair together. 14-year-old Louisa Lenson and 5-year-old Gertrude Honecker. And Peter Kürten sees them there by themselves. So he chats with them. He charms them. He makes friends with them. At one point, he sends Louisa off for cigarettes, then leads 5-year-old Gertrude into the bushes, strangles her, and slits her throat. So the next day, he attacks another woman. Her name's Gertrude Schultz. She survives the attack, and she gives the police a description of her attacker. She says he's a pleasant looking man in his 40s. So now, after all of these attacks, the entire city of Dusseldorf is in a panic. In September of 1929, he rapes a house servant named Ida Rauter and then beats her to death with a hammer and leaves her body next to a river. So he's changing his MO again. The next month, on October 12th, he meets another servant girl. Her name was Elizabeth Dorier, and he asks her out. They walk along a river, and he hits her in the head with a hammer. He rapes her, beats her to death with the hammer, and leaves her body there by the river.
Oh my God.
A few days later, he attacks 2 more people with his hammer, but they survive. So basically now he's causing mass hysteria in Dusseldorf. The press is going crazy, and he loves it. He's eating it up. On November 9th, 1929, he sent a newspaper a hand-drawn map that detailed the position of the body that he left his most recent victim, a 5-year-old girl named Gertrude Alberman.
how many Gertrudes are there at this point?
There's 3. I mean, I think there's more. There's 3 or 4 because it's Germany in the 30s and 20s.
Okay. Sorry. Go on.
He stabbed this 5-year-old 35 times.
Oh my God.
And then hid her under some rubble. And then after he did that, he waited around. An angry mob formed when they found out that another little girl had been murdered, and he joined the mob and protested along with them. So it's that, to me, that like move right there is what I'm in it for, because it feels like if you took pictures of every crime scene of the people that were lined up, you could see the people who were responsible. Like
totally
that thing of serial killers where they need to go back and they have to like revisit and they mess with the cops and all that stuff. Cause they enjoy it.
They're smarter.
Yeah.
And they are smart in a way.
In a way. Yeah.
Because they're psychopaths and our brains would never think that way. Because we could never imagine these things happening or doing
also,
these things.
That thing that we learned where it's like they don't feel anxiety, so they don't get nervous. And we're always measuring other people against how we feel.
That guy looks nervous over there.
Yeah. Where it's like, no, they wouldn't be nervous. Yeah. They would walk right up to you and be like, I would like to report something that I've seen. And it's so dark.
Oh my God. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
No, tell me.
Well, I was in my murder. I was reading this thing and they had like in one of the articles, it was like, here's a riddle to see if someone's a psychopath or not. If they understand that, if they can get this riddle and fix it, then they're a psychopath or a sociopath or whatever the fuck. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. A woman goes to her sister's funeral. Have you heard this?
No.
Okay. Woman goes to her sister's funeral. At the funeral, she meets a man and she falls in love with him, but she loses track of him and he leaves. And she doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know his name. A couple weeks later, that woman kills her brother. Why did she kill her brother?
Her brother?
Woman goes to her sister's funeral, meets a man, falls madly in love with him, doesn't know who he is. He leaves. A couple weeks later, she kills her brother. Why?
Because it's her father?
No. That's always the answer to what I know. That's what I thought too. And this means you're not a sociopath.
Okay.
So she can see the man again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Cause she's like, well, if he came to my sister's funeral, he knows us. I really want to see him again. I'm gonna kill my brother and see like, so the person who would be able to fix that, Stephen now just got it.
Stephen,
it's like Stephen.
Was that your answer?
Stephen's an extra.
Stephen's weeping on the floor
because he didn't get it until late. I'm not making fun of you, Stephen. I think you're just a sweet baby angel.
So slow.
No, you're not slow. You're just not a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
That's
it's
crazy.
It's like the yawning trick, or if you yawn and someone doesn't yawn, catch your yawn.
Okay, but let's just be careful with this trick.
It's
because
so
then
fake.
But imagine if you're standing there and then someone like turns to you with like their reptile eyes and goes like, oh, because he'd want to see her again. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm in the elevator with this person.
Well, it's the same way when I think one of us told the whole thing of like, if you yawn and the person doesn't catch your yawn, it's because they have no empathy. And like and that was like in episode 20, whatever. And we still get people like, my cat didn't just yawn right now.
Yes.
And like, and I was, at the time I was like, Vince didn't yawn when I yawned.
Yep.
So like, it's all, what's the word? Party trick.
Yeah.
However, it's fun times. It's a fun time.
It's a good way to pass the time.
So
also, if you're just really quick, if you are, and it probably won't count now, but if you're going through the old back catalog and you're say a full year behind, you can hold those corrections. You can just keep those to yourself because we assure you we've been corrected on whatever it is.
We've seen Dear Zachary.
Every once in a while, the people just tweet me trophy and I'll be like, we fucking know.
That's not even from 10 episodes ago.
Well, we've done it. I think we've done it like 10 times.
Whatever.
Okay.
Listen.
Look and
listen.
Okay. Listen.
Sorry. Go.
Okay, so the angry mob is where I ended.
Angry mob.
But now here's the thing. So the police noticed this time that the handwriting that was in the letter of the woman that was buried at the cornfield, I believe Maria was her name, it matches the map that this anonymous person sent of 5-year-old Gertrude's burial site. And so the cops are like, hold on a second. They're putting it all together. So finally in 1931, knowing the police were close to catching him, Peter Kürten confesses his entire murder spree to his wife, Augusta.
She's like, cool.
She's like, damn.
Okay, great.
And
oh my God.
He tells her, you need to turn me in and you can get a reward. Like, let's do this so that you're taken care of.
What?
So that my bad behavior doesn't fuck you over, which is super weird.
It's such a weird,
like he really loved his wife and stayed loyal to her. And I mean, not really because he was doing terrible things.
No, I know what you mean, but it's also like that he had a conscience.
Or he cared.
Conscience enough to like tell her.
Yeah.
And most guys who like make out with someone at a party and cheat on their whatever don't tell.
Yeah.
But he was like, listen.
He's like, hey, Augusta, I'm a real wild card. Guess what?
Yeah. Hey,
you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you.
Ever heard of 10 girls named Gertrude? Killed them all.
Damn, that was me. You know how everyone's just screaming at the top of their lungs in the street all day and every day?
Yeah.
It's because of me.
It's me.
Okay, so once he was under arrest, he provides an astonishingly detailed account of his string of crimes to Professor Carl Berg, who is a distinguished psychologist who later published a confession in a book called The Sadist. Kürten claimed 79 individual acts of crime in all. He went to great lengths to convince the authorities of his guilt. His memory was nearly photographic.
Oh my God.
So his recollection of each offense, provided him with great pleasure. And in his trial, which started on April 13th, 1931 in Düsseldorf, he was brought up on 9 charges of murder, 7 attempted murder. He initially retracted his extensive confession, claiming that he'd only said that to ensure his wife's financial security. But then there was such an overwhelming amount of evidence that he eventually just pled guilty. It took the jury 90 minutes to return a verdict of guilty on all counts. He received 9 death sentences and he was executed by guillotine on July 2nd, 1931 in Cologne. And during his trial, I think this is very interesting, he was made to sit in a cage in the courtroom so that the family members of the victims didn't attack and kill him. Yes.
Damn.
Peter Kürten, The Vampire of Düsseldorf and The Monster of Düsseldorf.
That was fucking good, Karen.
Thanks.
Considering probably never going to go to Dusseldorf, Germany too. I'm glad you did it on the podcast and not at a live show.
That's right.
You know?
You never know though.
You don't
All these
know.
Germans were like, ugh,
Achtung.
tune, baby.
Yeah.
Summer's for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
If you need an oil change, make the smart stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change before you hit the highway.
Their trained techs can help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
That means they're checking important things before you're halfway to your aunt's house with no cell service.
And these aren't just any techs. Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
The best part, you can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
So before your next long summer ride, pull into Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent.
The future soccer stars who are already turning heads at age 14.
Making plays that end up on everyone's feed, scoring from angles that don't make sense, rewriting record books that barely had time to gather dust.
Because next doesn't wait for an invitation, and Hyundai doesn't either.
Hyundai has always moved the future within reach.
Hyundai did it by making advanced safety standard on every vehicle.
Hyundai did it by engineering EVs with ultra-fast charging capability.
And Hyundai continues doing it every day.
From robotics that change how people live to young athletes changing the game, the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here.
Next starts now.
Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Goodbye.
Support for today's episode comes from Square.
Nobody starts a business because they love payroll.
Or invoices. Or business.
And that's why they're Square.
Square brings your payments, inventory, scheduling, staff, online orders, and reporting together in one connected system.
You can take payments in person, online, or on the go, and track sales and inventory in real time.
Instead of juggling a bunch of different apps, Square keeps everything connected behind the scenes, so you're spending less time fixing problems.
Whether you're just getting started or growing your business, Square is designed to grow with you without complicated setup, contracts, or hidden fees.
If you're starting a business or running one that deserves better tools, Square helps you sell, manage, and grow without slowing down.
Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/MFM.
That's SQUARE.com/GO/MFM.
Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
Goodbye.
Should we do it?
Let's do it. How you do? Oh, you want to check your, I'm going to pee. Do you want to check your timestamp?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to pee and eat an onion ring at the same time. I don't know what that. Steven?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Onion?
I'll grab it.
Here we go. Okay. Double time. Hold on. I'm sorry. These are not in order. Oh my God. Okay. Jesus. Sorry. Karen, give me 1 second. Fuck. These are not in order. You know what? Can you hand me my computer? I'll just read off my computer. Sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you. Like, fucking printer. Okay.
Fucking printer. I did numbers right before I printed. I did page numbers.
Why don't they?
I know. It should be automatic. You should opt to take them off, not put them on.
Right. I need a new printer, basically. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to get started on this one, even though I have some thoughts on it, but
Okay.
I think it's best to just let's get into this.
Okay.
You ready for the murder of the family of Jeffrey MacDonald?
Oh, yes.
Do you know this one?
This is the one I thought the other one was.
Yes.
This is the one I thought
The
doctor.
Yeah.
Is this guy a doctor too?
Sam Shepard?
Yes, yes.
This is not Sam Shepard's family, but yes, this guy is yes.
Yes. They're
Whatever's
very
happening,
similar.
They're very similar.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm going to just get into this and then, cause this is all right. Jeffrey MacDonald. In high school, he's voted most popular and most likely to succeed. He's senior class president, captain of the fucking football team, hot, like well-liked, popular dude. In the made-for-TV movie Fatal Vision, Karen, he is played by a young Gary Cole.
Oh yes, so Gary Cole.
Right.
We don't do those TPS reports by Friday. Remember Office Space?
Yes.
I'm going to have to go ahead and have you come in on Saturday.
This is what I was going to ask you, what he was from, because I didn't know and I knew you'd know.
Mostly Office Space.
Yes.
I mean, that's his greatest role of all time.
Definitely. Except for Fatal Vision.
Except for Fatal Vision.
Where he plays a young Jeffrey MacDonald. After high school, he gets a scholarship to fucking Princeton. And while he's there,
so jealous.
You think he's fucking better than us?
Oh, what do you know stuff?
Oh. Gets a scholarship to Princeton. And then while he's there, he marries his high school sweetheart, Colette Stevenson. She is played by Wendy Shaw.
Okay.
In Fatal Vision.
So you watched Fatal Vision is what you're telling me.
Yeah, but I also knew that you would have questions and I would need, and I just like also don't ever know who's going to strike your fancy.
True. And so you just want to be ready.
Yeah. So I have a couple more characters.
Love it.
All right. After high school, he goes to Princeton, marries Colette Stevenson. He goes to medical school and then he joins the army. He becomes a Green Beret captain, which is a big deal, and a doctor in the army. So by 26 years old, the couple, along with their two daughters, Kimberly, age 5, and Kristen, age 2, moved to the prestigious Fort Bragg, North Carolina, which is an army base, but it's also open to the public.
Okay.
Which I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a very famous army base.
Right.
Yeah.
26 years old and you've done all this stuff? You must be a sociopath. No. All right. So here is his story. I'm going to start with his story. It's a cold, rainy night on February 16th, 1970. They are in their ground floor apartment. 4.5-month-old pregnant Colette and 2-year-old Kristen are asleep in the master bedroom. And Kimberly is asleep in her room. She's 5. Jeffrey goes to try to go to bed and he finds that Kristen had wet his side of the bed in the master bedroom. So he brings her back to her own bed and he goes to sleep on the couch because he doesn't want to disturb everyone and make the bed again. All right. So he's asleep on the couch and then he is awoken while he's on the couch by Colette shouting, "Jeff, why are they doing this to me?" And Kimberly screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." He opens his eyes on the couch and sees 4 figures standing over him. A black man in a fatigue jacket with sergeant stripes on the sleeve, 2 white men, and a woman wearing a floppy hat over stringy blonde hair. She's holding a flickering candle in front of her face and is chanting, "Acid is groovy. Kill the pigs." Jeffrey begins to rise and the black man brings a club crashing down on his head. A second later, MacDonald feels a sharp pain on the right side of his chest and he looks down and he sees an ice pick blade that had been stabbed into him. He tries to wrestle the guys, and despite the fact that he's a Green Beret, which one of their things is to be trained in clandestine guerrilla force, they're still able to fight him and pull his pajama top over his head and onto his wrist. So he's got his arms up, but with the pajama top is holding his wrists together and he's trying to fend them off, but they keep trying to stab him. And then the black man keeps clubbing him. And finally, he falls unconscious at the steps of the hallway that lead to the bedrooms. So he had been overpowered.
Okay.
In this vicious struggle.
With hippies.
With drug-crazed hippies.
Acid heads.
Acid head, kill the pigs.
Kill
hippies.
the pigs.
Right.
Acid heads.
As they yell, as they are known to yell. When he comes to, Karen, he's on the stairs. He gets up and stumbles to the master bedroom and finds Colette sprawled on the floor with the handle of the knife sticking out of her chest. He pulls the knife away and he throws it aside and he covers her body with his pajama top that he had removed from his wrist at that point and tries to give her mouth to mouth. What a good guy, right?
Wait. Okay.
What?
No. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're right. You're correct.
That how gross. I mean, if somebody's been stabbed.
To give him mouth to mouth?
Yeah.
That's not going to work. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, and I just don't think most people do that, right?
Well, he's a surgeon too. He should know whether
that wouldn't help
work.
Yeah,
right.
Yes. Okay.
So, Colette has been struck at least 6 times in the head with a blunt object. One of them causes a fracture to her skull. She had 9 deep knife wounds at the front of her neck, 7 deep knife wounds to her chest, and 21 puncture wounds to her chest area. Her chest is also bruised from what looked like an object that had been thrust into her chest. On the headboard of the master bedroom, someone had used one of their fingers to write the word pig in her blood. Jeffrey MacDonald. I kind of hate saying their last name instead of their first name because it makes, like saying Jeffrey makes it so much more personal. Do you know what I mean? Like in all of these murder stories we do.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey pulls the knife out, puts it to the side, and then tries to give her mouth to mouth. In her bedroom, Kristen, who was 2 years old, she has 22 gaping knife wounds to her upper back, 4 wounds to her chest, and 1 to her neck. There's 15 shallow puncture wounds found in her chest, as well as multiple cuts on both of her hands, like she's trying to defend herself. I know. It's just fucked up. In her bed, Kimberly had been struck at least 3 times in the head with the blunt object, and her skull showed multiple fractures. Steven looks like he's going to pass the fuck out right now.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like, why would any hippies or people, any otherwise, of all the things you want to do, like you want to rob people, you want to murder, whatever. And I mean, I just got done talking about the Vampire of Düsseldorf who did exactly this, but it's a rare person who can stab a baby multiple times.
And the breaking and entering thing, like not being a sadistic child killer, not being a rapist or a pedophile, and these things just happen in the house, seems so weird. And this is why I'm starting with, so I just wanted to start.
Right.
Which is, this is a great place to say, like, this is the story he told. All right. So like, this story is so fucked up and insane, and I've heard it so many times. And when I finally decided to do it, I'm not doing it in a way that's like, here are the facts and this is what happened, which are incredible and interesting and crazy. And there's a great episode of Generation Y where they cover this case, and it's point by point, and it's really good. And they're coming from the same place that I am, which is that he clearly fucking did it.
Yeah.
So here's his story. I'm not going to get into all the insane facts of the trials that happen. I'm going to do his story, what happened, then what is most likely the real story.
Okay.
So this is why I'm saying it so dramatically, which I normally don't do.
Right.
This is such a fucking bullshit made up story.
Yeah. I can tell with there's a hint of sarcasm.
Right.
And then there's some drama in it that I know that you hate this person.
Right. And I'm so bad at, I can't lie. If I hate you, you'll fucking know. What's so incredible about this is that there's still an argument about whether or not he did it, which I think when I get done with what really happened, you won't fucking believe it. So, Kimberly's in bed. 8 to 10 deep knife wounds are found on the right side of her neck. So Colette, Kimberly, and Kristen are all dead. Then once he wakes up, finds them dead, Jeffrey calls the operator and says, "We've been stabbed. People are dying." People are dying.
Yeah.
Not my wife and my children. We've all been stabbed. People are dying.
Some people are dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so fascinating when they break that stuff down of like all those micro expression people that know the word. And we've talked about that in other things.
Definitely.
Where when you use certain words and what it means, like the word choice.
Like even just the breakdown of, Patsy Ramsey's 911 call about Jean Monnet and the ransom letter, quote unquote, for Jean Monnet. Fascinating. And this is another one of those, there is a breakdown of his call as well as when he is interrogated later of every single thing he says. And it's fucking incredible. And I wish I could have included the whole thing, but it would have been 3 episodes. So I'm not.
Okay.
But let's just do it right now. Let's just, you know what? Let's just go for it. When they arrive, they find the sole survivor, Jeffrey MacDonald, lying with his arm around Colette in the master bedroom, unconscious. So like he went and called, then he fucking positioned himself next to his wife.
Okay.
He had sustained bruising over his eye, a superficial stab wound in the arm and on his abdomen in the form of an upside down V. Several small puncture wounds were present on the upper left chest. None of his wounds required suturing. A neat and clean stab wound was located between 2 ribs on the right side of his chest and resulted in a collapsed lung.
Oh.
Right. Which is interesting. As they were gurning him out, he whispers to the medics, 4 of them. She kept saying, acid is groovy, kill the pigs. Like he tells them that dramatically. You know? All right. So then I wrote, now reality. So by the time the sun had risen the next day, the Army's Criminal Investigation Division, CID, which we're calling it now, they didn't even believe Jeffrey's story. Aside from his minor injuries, there was no sign of an ice pick puncture on him, despite the fact that he said he had been stabbed by an ice pick. Also, there's just a single fiber from his ripped pajamas. A single fiber was found in the living room where the struggle had ensued. That's all they found was a single, strand of his pajamas from ripping. However, in the bedrooms, there were dozens of his pajama fibers, including several found beneath Colette, others under Kimberly's sheets in her bedroom, and 2 more in Kristen's room, one lodged under her fingernail.
Oh, no.
His pajamas, which he had said he had stumbled into Colette's, the wife's room, taken his pajamas off and covered her with it. So he wouldn't even had it when he went into the kids' room.
Yeah.
He claims he performed CPR on all 3 of them, but none of their mouths were open, and his daughters were tucked into bed and lying on their sides. And he's a fucking surgeon, so he would know that that's not how you give CPR.
Yeah.
He originally claimed he didn't wash up before making the call to the police, but there's no blood on the phone he used to make the call, but there was blood in the sink drain.
Oh.
Then the CID found a blood-smudged brand new issue of Esquire magazine in the living room. So an article in the Esquire magazine details the drug-crazed hippies who had murdered Sharon Tate just 7 months before that. According to investigators, the article contained 18 similarities to the murders of Colette and the girls, including a blonde, candle-carrying hippie woman.
You know, what's funny? I was thinking, Patty Hearst, because there's that famous picture when Patty Hearst
with her hat on.
Did she wear a hat into the bank? I can't remember.
I just see her with a pulled down low hat, but she did have a wig on.
Yeah. So she had but I guess it wasn't blonde hair, but there was a black man with an army jacket.
Oh my God, Karen.
That's what I was thinking of. But I mean, it's all the same thing where it's but I don't, was that 1970 or was it before or after?
Maybe he's psychic.
Anyway, it's clearly it's just these 3 things have been in the media and he was just
I drive around and there's a hippie. It's the thing of and I read a lot about Reddit things where it were the acid is groovy. Sure, that's something we said, acid is so groovy. We said groovy. Kill the pigs was a totally different sect of people. Those were the crazy left wing, fuck the police people who weren't the same as the hippies. So it's something that a straight laced military man would be here's what hippies say. Here's what drug crazed hippies say.
Especially someone that's reading up on the Manson murders. Because that death to the pigs or whatever, that thing was a part of it too.
Someone when they were talking about that in the Reddit article, they were it's like if today someone were trying to blame hipsters on something and said, they kept saying, the first album was better. The first album was the best. And it's nobody fucking really says that. That's what you think we say. It's just this insanity, which I really love because I hadn't even thought about that. Okay. They found that the word pig that was written in blood on the headstand had been written and using a surgical glove, which were found in the house, and the weapons had all come from inside the house. And then the weapons were thrown in a bush right outside the house, almost like someone opened the back door. And if there were 4 people at least who were, committing something, they'd all run out and put their fucking weapons under the same bush.
Yeah.
No.
Pre-agreed bush before they went in.
Put it down and walk away.
Guys, this is weapon bush. Please.
Weapon bush. Steven, that's the name of the episode.
This is our new.
That's what I'm going to call it. No, right. Okay. Going on. Under a bush and okay. So, however, listen, there's always a however,
Gotta
have a however. Someone made a shirt that just says however on it.
Really?
And it makes me so happy.
Oh.
So of course, cut that out. Steve, no, don't cut it out. Many mistakes were made during the investigation. from failing to seal off the crime scene. So 26 people trampled through it before it was finally secured, which is a kind of a normal thing in the 70s, I feel like.
Yes, that happened all the time.
And they didn't know it was happening. They showed up. It's pouring rain. They run in. They see bodies. They have to take one out. There's going to be a lot of people coming through.
Yes.
But the fucking ambulance driver stole Jeffrey MacDonald's wallet from his desk.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yoink.
What?
Yoinked it right off the fucking desk.
Wait, is this an ambulance driver not on the army base?
I don't think so. I think they just, I don't know.
That was just
the
some
whole thing
outsider.
was an army base, but there's a hospital.
Yeah, that's
on the-
crazy.
I don't know who it was, but
Bold move, ambulance
just
driver.
like walking with a gurney, zoink, you know what I mean?
That guy had a problem.
Yeah, like being fired from his job, hopefully. And like the next day, the garbage man, were like, yeah, go ahead and take the trash away.
Oh,
The trash out.
no. Let's put a hold on that.
Nope. They also allowed
NCIS would have never made that mistake.
Absolutely
Starring
not.
Mark Harmon.
Whenever I think of Mark Harmon, I think it's the, what's the Olympic diver? Or what's the guy from Star
Greg Louganis, the one who hit his head?
Yeah. What's the guy from Star Wars' name?
Luke?
No. No, his father. What's his father? No, what's Luke's name in real life? Mark Harmon.
Hamill.
Damn it.
Did you say Hammond?
I always think it's Mark Harmon. I think it's him.
Oh. Yeah.
It's not.
They're similar. They're similar white guys.
But this is why I tell you the names of people who are playing
That's
roles
right.
and ask you to fill in the
You run
blanks.
it all by me.
No idea. Beep boop. Trash. McDonald home. Oh, 40 sets of fingerprints just were allowed to be destroyed, and a bloody footprint was lost in the process of removing it. Which I just think of some guy like slipping, like it's a banana peel. You know?
But he's trying to take a footprint print, and then he's like, what?
Well, someone knocks into him.
Get those marbles out of here.
Mr. Bean. It's just Mr. Bean. Get those marbles.
He's like, Mr. Bean will never process a crime scene
No.
again.
Sometimes
We're
I'm
not making that mistake again.
Never again.
No.
Sometimes I'm so busy talking that I don't hear the funny thing.
Believe me.
Until after.
That's all I do.
Still, the military, they formally charged Jeffrey MacDonald with the murders on May 1st, 1970. But at this point, an 18-year-old drug addict hippie in town, known to police, named Helena Stokely. She's known to wear, get this, a floppy hat, a blonde wig, and like the same kind of look, drug addict hippie. She confesses that herself and various people around town did the crime. I thought you were dangling the kitten in front of Elvis just now. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Steven dangling something in front of Elvis. And it looks like a kitten. Anyways. So she says, I was really high on mescaline and acid that night. I think we were there. I remember these things from it. Here's 3 accomplices that I think was there with me. One of them turned out to be in jail while this was happening. But she really throws a wrench in the whole thing. The wig and the floppy hat, it's the 70s. You know who else owned that? Colette. The woman who got murdered. So there's just it just fucks this investigation up forever.
Right.
Right.
And I wonder if that was intentional.
Well, he made up a story and he got really fucking lucky. That's what I think happened.
Think so?
He made up
or could he have made up a story and then given a wig and a hat to a person in town that would have,
considering he was a doctor and he was also saw civilians, he might have already been aware of her at some point.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
she came in with someone, who knows? But from what I can tell, she's a really unhealthy woman, a girl, drug addict, mentally ill.
was she in her teens?
She was 18, really not doing well. And so she kind of seemed like someone who needed and wanted attention, not in a mean way, but in a desperate way.
Right.
So this whole thing got tangled up.
Yeah.
She got tangled up in it, which made his credibility, which just made him seem more credible.
Right.
Which made people question.
Introduced more doubt. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Okay. So that means based on everything, the charges were dismissed the following October because of insufficient evidence. And a couple of months after the murder charges were dropped, super hot, charismatic, really charming Jeffrey MacDonald he becomes famous.
Oh,
he becomes like the Sam Shepard, which is that everyone loves him and knows him. And oh my God, he got his poor guy, his wife and 2 children died, and that kind of thing. He appears on the late night program, The Dick Cavett Show. Although his celebrity comes from his family's brutal murders, he doesn't seem like he gives a shit. He's laughing. The audience is laughing. He tells jokes. He criticizes the army investigators.
No fucking way.
He has no idea. Like, he is so charming and sociopathic that he doesn't understand how bad this looks. You know, one of those people that you're like, they love me.
Well, that's what Diane Downs did. Remember?
Yes, it's exactly that.
And then when they talk about, like, as if everyone's super concerned about them only.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't bring up the fact that, you know, Colette's parents have lost their only daughter and child and grandchildren. He's being fucking Mr. Funny Man over here. And he's like celebrating that he got let off on this.
Amazing.
Charge. It's disgusting. But what's great about this is that up until this point, Colette's mother and her stepfather, who I think raised Colette, he's in it hard, Alfred and Mildred Kassab. How much you love Alfred and Mildred. You want to know who plays them?
Who?
Okay. Alfred is played by Carl Malden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Streets of San Francisco. I was raised on it.
Yeah.
The best TV show of all time.
Is that the one where there's like all these couples and they all hang out in their... No, that's
Love Boat.
No, what's the one from like the San Francisco 90s one?
90s?
Yeah. There's like gay people and straight people and they're like, it's like,
that's, that's the Amistad Mapan books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something.
No, this was literally from the 70s. It was Michael Douglas and Carl Malden, detectives, San Francisco, driving around, shooting at people. And like, as they drive around, they just randomly
so
shooting.
They're murderers.
Yes, but cops. And as they drive around, it's just like you get to look at it's video footage. It's film footage actually of my childhood. Cause it's just like, God. Oh yeah, that used to be there. That was there. It's the most fun TV show to watch.
Whenever I see an old LA, like, you know, the one where they drive around town, everyone go watch Los Angeles Plays Itself. It's such an amazing documentary. Have you seen it? It's like a 3-hour documentary, perfectly narrated about Los Angeles playing itself in movies.
Wow.
So houses that are played in what movie, backgrounds that are pretending to be China, or, you know, downtown is supposed to be this thing, but you can tell it's not because of this landmark.
I can't wait. I've never heard of that.
Are you fucking...
I have to see it.
Listen, don't do drugs. Get high and watch Los Angeles Plays Itself, and I'll see you in 4 fucking hours. It's unbelievable.
I gotta see it.
It's there. I watched it 8 times, and I've never gotten past an hour because it's just so involved, and you fall asleep. Anyway.
Insane. Okay.
But Carl Malden. Mildred is played by Eva Marie Saint.
Eve Marie Saint. Yeah. My dad pretended he saw her. It was one of my favorite movies.
Did he pretend he saw her when he was carrying her bags on a ship and then he married your mom? So.
No, he was, I know I talk about my father too much. He's really hilarious.
Marty. Let's talk about my dad and your dad.
Right? We were pulling out of Vaughn's and this woman walked in front of the car who was wearing clear plastic high heel shoes. There was a real Angeline feel to this woman. Bit broke down, trying to be pretty later on in life. In no way am I criticizing her. I'm there with her.
Not a criticism.
But as she passed the front of the car, my dad goes, Eva Marie Saint, and pretended to recognize her.
Aww.
And that happened 4 years ago, and I'm still laughing about it.
I bet that would have made her day if she thought that someone recognized.
But except for if she heard the sarcasm in his voice.
Oh,
it was a bit.
Larry.
Jim.
Why do I always call him Larry? Jim.
You think that I'm related to the Silvermans, and I'm not.
Is that their dad's name?
It could be.
Oh. Larry Silverman. My God.
It actually might be.
Shit, that'd be creeptastic. Okay. Okay, so the parents are outspoken supporters of Jeffrey through the whole trial, everything. Alfred even said that if he had another daughter, he would still want Jeffrey as his son-in-law, which is creepy. But once the charges are dropped and he starts seeing all these little fucking creepy things, he's like, go fuck yourself.
Oh, because the psychopath mask finally came down.
Finally, yes. So he realizes that Jeffrey had been lying to him about so many things, including Jeffrey told him, finally, he was like, get off my back, man. Here's what happened. Myself and several other Green Berets, we tracked down one of the killers and we killed him. They told him they killed one of the killers. Just to be like, we took care of it. Leave us alone. Leave me alone. So because of his crazy fucking, like this guy, I'm pretty sure that Vince is going to be like growing up to be this guy. And it made me like kind of love him, where it was not Vince, the other guy. Obviously I love Vince.
Yes.
He was just like dogged, became an investigator, found everything wrong with his fucking trial transcripts, everything. He searched the house himself. He was a badass.
This is the dad, Colette's dad.
This is the stepdad. Yeah, who I think was with him forever. They're like one of those cute old couples. Anyways. So with him and the formation of the CID reinvestigation team, they indict Jeffrey. By then he was living a lavish life in California as a civilian doctor. He's like fucking chicks. He's got a yacht. He's got a lot of money. He's famous because he's the doctor who didn't kill people, maybe. In 1974, Jeffrey is brought before the grand jury in North Carolina, and he's indicted on all 3 counts of murder in 1975.
Whoa.
In a trial that lasted over 6 weeks, the government introduced over 1,000 evidentiary items. And at the trial, Helena denied the crazy drug chick, young person, was like, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Denied everything. Later, she's diagnosed with schizoid personality.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Jeffrey MacDonald is convicted of all 3 counts of murder in less than 7 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about what really fucking happened.
Okay.
Ready for the same story as above?
Yeah.
As the beginning, but what actually happened. And here's why we know. And this is fucking crazy. Okay. First of all, a lot of this is from the MacDonaldCaseFacts.com by Phil Callahan. This guy is just a civilian. He's a fucking web sleuth, and he's like dedicated his life to this. Yeah. And he is like, here's what happened based on the fact that, and this is so fucking crazy to me. All 4 members of the household, Jeffrey, Colette, Kristen, and Kimberly, they all had different blood types, which is a statistical anomaly.
Okay.
Like in a family, that doesn't fucking happen.
Right.
And that means that they were able to trace what happened room by room because of the blood types.
Oh, I just got the weirdest chills.
You know what it made me think of when I wrote this down? So, like in like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or those like old timey things are like, here's how to do the 2-step. And they put like a footprint here and a footprint here. And then one goes back on over here. It's like that with blood.
Oh my God.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Okay.
It's a fucked up dance. So here's what really happened. I mean, according to everything. In the early morning hours, February 17th, 1970, Colette and Jeffrey MacDonald get into a heated argument in the master bedroom. Jeffrey, at the time, was taking amphetamines to lose weight. It's the 70s. What were those? Meth. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hadn't slept for 24 hours at least. So he's out of his goddamn mind.
Right.
In the previous weeks, Colette had been upset that Jeffrey was planning on leaving for a long time to be the doctor for the Army boxing team, even though she was having a really difficult pregnancy and she was going to night school for psychology. So this chick was a badass. And he was kind of a narcissist, so his wife not wanting to stay at home and be, him having to stay home and take care of his kids at night when she went to school, do the dishes, put them to bed.
Work for him.
Did not jibe.
Yeah.
Is that the word? I always get that word wrong.
Yeah.
Also, the issue with their daughter wetting the bed was a big deal with them. He got really pissed off about it. She'd even brought it up in one of her psychology classes. I was just guessing maybe he got more angry that night that she wet his side of the bed.
Right.
Right? Like not just her bed, she wet his side of the bed. Something fucking snapped. And at some point, Jeffrey punches Colette in the face, who then, and this is all based on blood evidence as well as the fibers from the pajamas.
Right.
Colette grabs a hairbrush, hits Jeffrey above his left eye. These are also based on the bruises and shit. Sorry. Mm-hmm. They wrestle and Jeffrey's pajama top gets torn in multiple places. And then he hits Colette in the face a second time and grabs what we remember as the wooden club from earlier. What that turns out to be is that, there was this piece of wood holding up a corner portion of the master bed footboard. Cause you know how sometimes it gets wobbly, you jam something underneath there to hold it straight. He fucking grabs whatever that is when he's on the floor and he fucking thrusts it, like jabs at her, of one end of that into her chest. And that's where that bruise came from.
Like a wooden stake.
Because she probably had something she was trying to hit with him so he couldn't come close to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like a wooden stake. But he doesn't puncture her. He just
hits her with it
like a javelin. So at this point, then Kimberly, the daughter, enters the room, hears her parents fighting maybe. And Jeffrey turns around and hits her with the club on the left side of her face. Colette then screams, "Jeff, why are you doing this?" Which is what he said he heard from the couch, but it's so loud that he thinks maybe the neighbors heard it. So he includes it in his story, but he turns it into, "Jeff, why are they doing this?"
Right.
And then Kimberly falls into the floor near the entrance of the master bedroom. And we know this because there's her blood spattered around that area. Colette then grabs a knife from her side table and she slashes Jeffrey's abdomen, resulting in that upside down V laceration on his abdomen. And then Jeffrey retaliates with 2 blows with the club to Colette's head, knocking her unconscious. At this point, Jeffrey strips the bed, picks Kimberly up, who's unconscious, picks her from the bed sheet and carries her back to her bedroom. He places her into a sleeping position. He, at that point, leaves 14 pajama threads under her bed covers when he does that. Mm-hmm. A 20.5-inch yarn of his bedclothes is found on top of Kimberly's pillow. And then this is, he at this point supposedly would have had his pajamas off by then. So the fact that his pajama threads are all over these places shows that this is what he actually did, because they should be underneath her even if he did come in there. He then uses the club to strike Kimberly with 2 blows on the right side of her face. And when he does that, he picked the club up and hit her twice, casts blood onto the ceiling in those blows, and that blood had both Kimberly and Colette's blood mixed in, which means we know that he hit Colette first. Then he covers Kimberly's body with her blanket and bed covers. Then he gets a knife from the kitchen and he leaves behind minute traces of blood all over the kitchen. And the pattern shows that he was pacing the kitchen, one thinks, trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Grabs a knife, paces the kitchen back and forth in a panic. Probably, they don't think it was premeditated. Probably was like, what do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? Then he goes into Kristen's room, and this is the other daughter who's sleeping, not part of this at all. And he stabs her in the chest as she lay in her bed. And the wounds indicate that Kristen was probably sleeping at this point in her pajama top. The wounds indicate that it had been lifted before she was stabbed. And the position of the wounds show that it was almost as if he was trying to identify the location of vital organs. Cause she got stabbed in these specific places that a surgeon would know would bear the most, but that would do the most damage.
Right. Like he's trying to be efficient in killing his daughter.
Right. At some point she wakes up to try to shield herself because she had cuts and bruises on her hands. And because of that, pajama fiber is found under her fingernail. Mm-hmm. He then stabs her in the back and places his daughter back into a sleeping position on her bed. And he places her favorite pink security blanket in her arms. Can you fucking deal? He exits the room, and then when he's like bringing the bed sheets to go maybe wash them, but he hears Colette stagger into Kristen's room. He hears her go in there to try to protect her daughter, follows her in with the club, and he hits Colette in the face. Colette places her arms in front of her face in an attempt to ward off the blows, and her arms, which is why her arms are bruised and shattered, and she gets hit twice more. Then he sets the club down on Kristen's bed, which is why there are traces of Kimberly's blood on the bed, because the club he had hit Kimberly with was then placed on the bed. Isn't this insane? You're trying to tell it's other people, but there's such a basic fucking obvious reason that it's not true, which is why it's insane to me that people have websites dedicated to his innocence.
Well, right, because back then nobody knew anything about like any of this blood, the DNA and the blood type and all that stuff didn't exist.
All of this shows that it's a panic. This isn't planned. This is a fuck. What am I going to do? Because then after all of this, he goes into the living room and he reads the Esquire magazine article. And we know this because there's a bloody smudge on the edge of the magazine then the blood belonged to Colette and Kimberly. He reads the article. Then he tosses his glasses aside. They land under the window in the living room. And we know this because on those glasses, there's a mark of Kristen's blood. And that throwing the glasses aside to me is such a fucking definitive action of, well, now I know what I have to fucking do. You know, I read this article about how the Tate murders, you know, were blood crazed hippies. Well, now I fucking know I have to finish this and make it look like that.
It's also, as a person who was on speed for a year.
I've done acid and I've done speed and meth.
For weight loss reasons.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The idea that you would, be able to read anything in that circumstance, specifically where he's just murdered his family and then he sits down to read an article, to me is like really indicative of the kind of psychopath he was. Cause can you imagine like when you get into a fender bender, how freaked out you are and how like you're just kind of imagine in the middle of all of that, you sit down and read something or how would you even take anything in?
Well, here's what I'm wondering is if he had read it earlier that evening or whenever, because she had been at school that evening. So I wonder if he had read through it earlier or not even thought about it. And then these things started happening and he was like, wait, how did they make this look? Like maybe he probably hadn't written the word pig yet in blood. And he was like, maybe fueled on by the fact that he hadn't slept and had read this stuff about these murders and kind of was fueled by that. And then he went back to the magazine to be like, how can I make this look like a cover up? He wasn't going to read. He was going to find a way to cover this up.
Right. Get like what are the exact details?
Right.
He's basically being a doctor about it where he was like, well, if I'm going to copy this, I'm going to copy it correctly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it in the way that's going to convince everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just so cold. It's like,
oh my God,
he's a fucking reptile.
A total reptile. And then like another argument people had on Reddit, which I can back this up, is when you're on acid, you can't fucking kill people. Like killing people on acid is not a thing. Okay. Then he tips over the living room coffee table to show that there's been a struggle where he supposedly was sleeping, but there's a lot of evidence that shows that it wasn't, which you can listen to in another podcast. Okay, so then he uses a bedspread to take Colette's body back to the master bedroom and in the process leaves 3 bloody footprints in Colette's blood as he leaves Kristen's room. And the fucking crazy thing about this is that they can tell that he was carrying something heavy by the way the footprints are mashed into the carpet.
Oh.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh, because it's pile carpet? Like they can measure it?
Like how heavy was the footprint? Right?
That's amazing.
I know. So here's, we're almost done. Okay. He puts Colette on the master bedroom floor and unknowingly sets her body down on top of 24 pajama fibers underneath her body, even though he said he put them on top. He hits her in the head again. And then he goes into Kimberly's room with the knife, inflicts more of her injuries with the knife. Then he takes the ice pick into Kristen's room, inflicts more wounds on her. Then he goes back in and stabs Colette in the chest and neck with a knife and stabs her 21 times after he had put down his pajama top on top of her. So at that point, he puts his pajama top on top of her, stabs her 21 times. And when the prosecutors were in court, they were able to show that the pajama top, the way it was laid down, matched every single one of those 21 marks. So he had put it on top of her as if to cover her so he didn't have to see himself stabbing his wife. And 21 of those 21 marks went through that pajama top. So he said that they were on his arms and he was fending off blows from the people that's why those 21 marks were there.
And it perfectly matches his wife's wounds.
Yep.
insanely fucked.
Totally insane.
Also, just this idea of a crazed man walking from room to room, killing and re-killing his family is horrifying.
That and like he had never, apparently, they were in an apartment building. So no one was ever like, they had never argued before. They had never heard them fight. They had some fucked up problems with their relationship. He had had multiple affairs. Like he had been fucking 15 women up until that point. Like they were having big marital problems, but they had never fought. So this is a guy who is whacked out of his mind and fucking snaps.
Yeah.
Doing this. It's not a methodical killer. It's someone who is like, here's what needs to be done and does it.
He's over the edge for sure.
Yeah.
He's over the edge.
Right. And so the Sam Shepard case is really similar. Okay.
But this one was after Sam Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Shepard's in the late 50s.
Yeah.
Early 60s. Yeah. So he probably read about that one too. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I did another one, another family another murder of a family that was in Fort Bragg in 85 that mirrored this one a lot too.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it wasn't the dad. It was,
okay.
Oh God, what was it called? The Summer Lane murders. We did it before. Anyways. Okay. Almost said. Sorry. Okay.
Summer Lane murders weren't that ones where they came to see the puppies.
Yes.
I hate that one so much.
Yes. I don't know what episode that is, but it's happening.
I'd say 47.
Yes. Yes. What if Karen was?
Yes.
What if you were a savant just for a podcast?
I'm like Beautiful Mind, but just for podcast episodes.
Stabs in the chest, line it up. Okay. So then he walks to the back door with the weapons, tosses them into the murder bush.
Into the one bush.
What do we call it? The murder bush?
Yeah. Murder bush.
Goes back into
Weapon bush.
Weapon bush.
Yeah.
Goes back into the master bedroom, uses the surgeon's glove to write the word pig on the headboard of the master bed. There's 3 fibers.
Dumb shit.
I know. 3 fibers from the pajamas found near the left corner of the footboard and 1 fiber found near the headboard. So it was clearly him while he was, that must have been, okay. Something's going on. Anyways. Then he obtained a disposable scalpel blade from the hallway closet because he won't even fucking stab himself with the ice pick. Stabs himself in the right side of his chest with a scalpel blade. And then I go to Reddit and Reddit says, someone on Reddit is really smart and they say, it is exactly where the doctor makes an incision to place a chest tube, So this is the spot that and he was like an emergency technician. This is where we cut someone to place a chest tube because there is almost zero risk of harming the patient. So he collapses his lung, but in a place that's not dangerous. So
yeah.
He thinks that the severity of this wound will make people think I didn't do it myself.
Yes.
Okay.
But then he is assured that he won't be hurt in any way.
Hurt enough to make people not suspect him. Oh. He then gathers himself for a little bit and then he phones authorities at 3:40 a.m. and 3:42 a.m. He did it twice. So that's what really happened. Jeffrey MacDonald is now 68 and he remarried and is still in prison.
Oh,
68 years old might be from an article. I didn't look at the date, but he's an older man now, but he's still in prison. He's married.
When you said remarried though, I was like, sorry, did he get off? Like, no, holy shit.
No, he's in prison and remarried in prison.
Okay, good.
One of those people.
Sure.
He has never wavered from his claim that he didn't kill his wife and their children. And he says he'll never apply for parole because that would require an admission of guilt, even though he's up for parole. Mm-hmm. Which means he won't be eligible for release until the year 2071. But he is still fighting for a new trial based on the fact that this woman, Helena, said she was the drug crazed hippie. And there's videos of her online. You can find all kinds of videos from this.
Of her just going, no.
Of her saying, I did it. I don't know. Maybe I did do it. Go watch Fatal Visions. It's amazing. There is so many, interviews with him in prison. He reminds you of, Ted Bundy meets fucking Robert Durst. Yeah. It's fucked up. So that's Jeffrey MacDonald, who murdered Colette, Kimberly, and Kristen.
Oh, wow. That was amazing.
Thank you.
It's so satisfying because the other one was really frustrating because the other one was so similar. Sam Shepard
mm-hmm.
one was so similar. but so mysterious.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is like, it's parallel, but then it's the worst version.
It's almost like this one is from someone who's even more narcissistic because he didn't even come up with there's no plan that's good enough to fucking make it seem like he didn't do it.
No.
There's nothing. That timeline and it's if you read it specifically on that website that I found, let me see here. The MacDonaldcasefacts.com. Mm-hmm. If you read it on that by Philip Callahan, it's even more specific and says what blood is where, what brain matter is where. There's a drop of blood here. There's a drop of blood here. This blood is so-and-so's. This blood is this person's. Like there's 100 more like pieces of blood evidence and fiber evidence that there's no way to explain them away other than the fact that he did it.
Right. Also, it just popped in my head because I can't get over a father stabbing his daughters who are so young. But if you're a surgeon, that kind of interaction with the human body isn't that weird to you because you do it a lot of times in a life-saving way. So like
the body is just not a human body to you.
Yeah.
Well, they say that thing about like, I'm sorry to insult a bunch of surgeons, but that surgeons have a harder, they are not.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is the thing. I'm not.
And this is going out to Colin Clink.
Well, you started it here and we're ending here. Just that, well, the brain is different because it's not something you see every day or, you know what I mean? But like the thing of where it's like, if you are able to cut into a human body every single day and not think of it and not be freaked out by it,
right?
You have a brain that's really good at disassociating itself from other people.
Yes,
is how I'll say it.
Yeah. From that, it's a different thing for you.
Yeah, it's not a human anymore.
But that still doesn't explain the fact that they were his goddamn daughters. Well, I don't know I'm so offended.
But the thing of like the people who are narcissists who think of their children as a
part of themselves,
an extension of themselves.
Yeah.
So he's not killing his daughter. He's
doing what he needs to do.
Right. It's part of him. It's his property. He could do whatever he wants with it.
Oh, fuck.
And I mean, how is it? And I'm not a parent, clearly, but how is it? I mean, look at my body. How is it any easier? Oh, I can't say this right. I could never kill a child, even though I'm not its parent. How is it easier for someone else to do it?
It's not. That's why he is this anomaly and this freak and this thing that we want to look at and talk about.
A child at all, let alone your own.
Oh,
I know.
Horrifying.
Jeffrey MacDonald.
Repeatedly. Okay. Wow, that was great.
You need to go to the Improv right now.
I won't make it.
Plug your show. What time is it?
Can I just say this right now? Guy Branum.
25 minutes late already. Sorry.
Fuck.
Sorry. Go. Guy Branum, we love you.
Somebody posted a picture of themselves standing outside the Improv today. I'm going to make it at the end.
You're going right now. Yeah. You're going to blow them away.
Let's just do a quick thing you like this week.
Going to Vegas tomorrow for Vince's birthday. Super excited.
Oh, nice. Did I already tell my Vegas story?
That you went and saw Magic Mike.
Did I tell that though online? Did I tell it live?
No, you didn't.
Guys, if you are near Las Vegas or you're going anytime soon,
like me, I'll go.
1000% go see the Magic Mike strip show at Hard Rock. It is so good.
This is not sarcasm.
I'm not being sarcastic. You can tell because of how deep and resonating my voice is. If I'm being sarcastic, it goes up like this. It's so good and the dancers are amazing and the show is really cool and very modern and a woman is the host and it's very much about women getting what they want. It's really cool. It's very sexy. The dancing is incredible.
Can I take Vince?
Totally. But, yeah, there was like probably 5 guys.
What if I go out there and I'm like, where's Vince? He said he went to the bathroom half an hour ago. And then he comes out on stage and he's in one of the dancers.
And he's like, he's like, happy anniversary or whatever. Does the whole dance. The dancing is so good. And just they're acrobats, they're gymnasts, they're dancers, they're musicians.
Amazing.
It's crazy. That's it.
Triple threat.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening, you guys.
We really appreciate everything you do for us. Stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
This may surprise you, but clothes that feel good and look good don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Designs that make you feel as good as you look is what Hill House is known for.
Hill House Home invented the viral nap dress.
Hill House makes fun, versatile fashion that elevates your look. I now own 3 nap dresses. I love them. They're so comfy and cute. Pockets for days. You know? Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MFM15.
That's MFM15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com.
Goodbye.
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Ear Say, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Ear Say on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, whatever turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.